Hello and welcome to my Doctor Who reaction for Series 10, Episode 6, Extremis, written by Stephen Moffat. And, yeah, what a weird story this was. I didn't really know much about it. I haven't really looked up on the next sort of episodes because I haven't really bought the latest DWM, which I need to buy because the next episode looks fantastic. I can't wait for that one. But this one, yeah, there was a lot going on, and I think it's one of those stories where, you probably have to be in the mood to watch it, as well as you probably have to concentrate. I'd say there's like confusion levels of ghostlight in this, but it's not one of those stories where you can just watch and you can do something else while you're just like watching the episode. It's one that you really have to sort of focus on, because that's what I felt really. But yeah, obviously in this episode the Doctor is blind, which I thought was an interesting concept. I think I mentioned in my previous reaction video that I did feel like they were sort of experimenting a little bit, because obviously we've never really seen the Doctor blind before. There was a bit of that in 42, I think, as the Doctor was sort of in that little chamber, but here it's like for a whole episode, and I think that's a really good story plot, because obviously we're so used to seeing the Doctor, with his vision, but seeing him pretty much in the dark was a really sort of cool idea, I think. And obviously there's that book which if you read it you'll die or something. It's quite confusing. It's quite hard to keep track of what was going on in the episode, because there was so much happening. It was, and there was that bit where there was that sort of almost void like place in the White Room with loads of like holographic portals. A lot of references to modern day pop culture, like Grand Theft Auto and Harry Potter and stuff like that. The series is very present day, and well, it's very modernized, this series, which I think is a good thing. And yeah, I think Peter Capaldi, it's his best performance so far in the series. And I've seen comments about this episode. I mean, I saw one comment, and that person said it's one of the best stories of the entirety of the modern era, which I can see why people might think that, because obviously it's incredibly different to what we've seen before. But I think that's a really good thing. I'm glad they doing different things with the Doctor, because it does keep the audience interested. And yeah, I hope the ratings have gone up, because I think the ratings for last week's was something like 3.5 or whatever. I know it was 3 point something, but yeah, this was just a really weird story. A lot of jargon, a lot of technicalities in there. I really liked the direction of sort of the opening, with because that was actually a pretty long opening sequence, like pre-title sequence, one of the longest ones we've had, I think. Yeah, I think you might have just heard a motorbike go past there, but hopefully the microphone didn't pick that up. But yeah, Nardole was in this episode, and yeah, his dialogue didn't feel shoehorned in as much as it has done in like the pilot. But yeah, he was pretty good in this episode. And of course Missy is back, because I thought Missy was going to be the Doctor's executioner, but it was actually the Doctor being the executioner for Missy. So yeah, Michelle Gomez, I do sometimes feel like you're not the master, you're just I refuse to accept the fact that you're the master, but unfortunately she is. Well, hopefully there's like a little twist at the end of the series where it's pretty much like she turns out she's not the master, or she's actually the Rani, because there have been various theories about how Johnson plays into it. But yeah, this episode, really good direction. I particularly loved the scenes where the Doctor was running away from, while running in the library, away from the cloaked sort of alien monsters. I can't remember what they're called, because like I said, there's so much going on in this episode. When he was like, because obviously there was that whole thing with the test of the shadows, or the shadow test, something like that. But yeah, it was an interesting story. Even Peter Capaldi did say it was one of the weirdest Doctor Who stories ever, and I would sort of agree, because we've had nothing like this before, and it was a pretty timey-wimey, story, because there was a lot of stuff going on in a really ancient time. We've got all that stuff with the Pope, which the actor was actually in Turn Left back in Series 4, so yeah, bit of a weird recast, but yeah, he was pretty good, and yeah, there's quite a few characters. Obviously, the Doctor interrupted Bill's date, and that was quite a funny scene, and she was like, what the hell's going on? And there's like a Pope in a flat, and there's a lot of good humour in this. It was quite funny in parts. I actually do quite like Nardole. I did say I was going to do like a video on Nardole, but I will do one at some point. I think I might wait a few episodes later, because I don't know how many episodes he's actually going to be in, so I might actually wait until the end of the series to do that, because then I can get like a full justification of my thoughts, really, and my final verdict for that character, who was pretty much an afterthought. But anyway, yeah, pretty good story. I did enjoy it. I'm just a bit disappointed that it's Missy in the vault. I was really hoping it would be something else, but you never know. They might change it. They might put a twist on it, because it's Doctor Who, because anything can happen. But yeah, overall solid story. I did enjoy it. I'll probably give it a 6.5. Like I said, I don't agree with the fact that somebody said one of the best stories of the modern era. I wouldn't agree with that, but it is different and it is unique, and I think Stephen Moffat did a really good job, and I did really enjoy. I did like the script. I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for me. So yeah, comment down below, tell me what you guys thought of this episode, and yeah, you guys are the best, and I shall see you next time for a video. I don't know what it's going to be on, but I'll try and upload one soon. So yes, thank you for watching, and goodbye.